Hey everybody, this is Kathy from Whole Home and Body Health, and I have a quick tip for you today that you are going to love, or you might hate it, one or the other. But what it is a quick tip to show you how you can get better sleep tonight. So what is it? It's actually taping your mouth shut. That is right. I want you to tape your mouth shut when you go to sleep tonight so that you can get better sleep. Let me tell you why. So there's multiple reasons why breathing through your mouth overnight is not healthy for you. And a lot of us do this. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night and your mouth is really dry, or your sinuses are dry, or you have kind of a sinus headache, those are signs that you've potentially been breathing through your mouth. Or sometimes you just catch yourself, especially if you're sleeping on your back or you fall asleep in a weird position. Sometimes you just kind of catch yourself with your mouth open. And there are reasons why that's not good. One, it's going to impact the quality of your sleep. And it does this because when you're breathing through your mouth, well, first of all, take a second to observe how you're breathing right now. You're probably breathing through your nose, right? Most of us don't walk around breathing through our mouth unless we're being physically active and we're engaging in really vigorous exercise. So when we move our bodies and our heart rate goes up and we're moving vigorously, we automatically start breathing through our mouth because we're trying to get more air into our lungs. So this is actually a signal to our brain when you're breathing through your mouth that you're active, you're alert, you're moving, and that you need that energy. You need some adrenaline to move your body. So when you're breathing through your mouth when you're at rest, that sends a signal to your body that, oh, actually, no, I'm supposed to be alert. And that can be really disrupting to your sleep, to your deep, restful sleep. And it can wake us up in the middle of the night. And so obviously that's not good. Or it just prevents us from getting into that deep sleep. So that is something we want to avoid. Also, when you're breathing through your mouth, you're not getting as good of oxygenation as you would be if you were breathing through your nose. So there's a couple of reasons why. So one, your nose and sinuses have a filtration system in it. So it's filtering out some contaminants. So you don't want to have your mouth open and breathing in all this junk that's in your air, for one. You want it to go through your nose so that it's filtered out. And two, there's some enzymes in your nasal passages and your sinuses that actually help to convert oxygen to nitric oxide. And the nitric oxide has this vasodilating effect. So it opens up our blood vessels and it helps to lower blood pressure. And this is amazing because then that helps us to deliver oxygen to all parts of the body more efficiently. And if you're sleeping in a poor oxygen environment, your deep sleep, the quality of your sleep is going to be impacted by that. So we definitely want to be breathing through our nose while we're sleeping at night, but most of us might be surprised by how much we're not doing that. So if you snore at all, like I said, if you're waking up with that dry mouth, sinus headaches, or you're waking up and you just don't feel that refreshed, you might give mouth taping a try. I would actually highly suggest it. There are some people that should not do this. If you've got really low blood pressure, if you're extremely obese, if you've been drinking, don't use this if you've been drinking or you've been doing drugs, or even pharmaceuticals that you don't know how you're going to react. You don't want to use it in that situation. Or if you're feeling nauseous, if you've got the flu or you're pregnant, or for some reason you're feeling nauseous and you might vomit, obviously you don't want to have your mouth taped. So you want to pay attention to those. If you have sleep apnea, this might be good for you, or it actually might not. So that's a conversation you might want to have with your doctor to make sure that it's okay to use this. So now you're wondering how to do it. Well, there's a bunch of different ways to tape your mouth shut, and it's going to kind of depend on you and your body. So this is paper tape again that I'm using. It's tape that is kind of like this really thin medical tape. It's nice and gentle, so when you rip it off, it's not like ripping off your hairs or anything. So there's other kinds of tape too. There's micropore tape, which is great. And there's other gentle first aid tapes that you can use. And actually they're now making tapes specifically for this reason. So it's like in the shape of your lips, and you know, it's designed specifically for mouth taping at night. And you could try that too. So how do you do it? Well, for me, all I need is this little strip here. So that works fine for me. In fact, I can actually sometimes just even use a smaller piece like this. So my skin is dry. So when I put this on overnight, it gets more and more sticky because the heat from my face and the dryness kind of helps it to be adhesive very efficiently. But I do know other people that actually need a lot more, and I've seen people really load up on this stuff, and that might be you. So you might need to go across and down and across again, whatever it takes. So sometimes I see people go as far as this. So that's a little bit more extreme. If you need to do that, then of course do it. But it's going to kind of depend on, you know, how big your mouth is, the oiliness or dryness of your skin. Like I said, for me, my skin's so dry, the adhesive stays placed with just a little bit. So you're gonna have to play around with the best method for you. A couple things to consider when you put the tape on. Once you remove it, you're kind of compromising the adhesive a little bit on that. So, you know, make sure that you are all ready for bed, and you don't have to tell your spouse like, oh, you know, you got to remove the tape. Goes, oh, I forgot to let the dog out. You go let the dog out, and then you put it back on because you're going to compromise the adhesive. So try your best to do this the last thing, you know, right before you're closing your eyes to go to sleep. And also be aware of lip balm or moisturizer or anything that you put on your face before bed, because that may actually compromise the adhesiveness too. So it's all going to depend on you. I actually put more moisturizer on and more lip balm on because I live in a really dry climate. And my skin is dry, so the adhesive really, really sticks. So I'm trying to loosen up that adhesive a little bit. But whatever works for you, that's what you got to do. So I know it seems kind of funny and ridiculous, but holy smokes, it makes a big difference for me. It's made a lot of difference for many of my clients. This can be really, really effective. It's so simple, it's easy, it's inexpensive. So I definitely recommend trying it out. And if you got any questions, let me know. Or if you've tried it, I would love to know if it's worked for you and what you have found. So if this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can continue to get tips like this about how to get better sleep and feel better overall. So thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.